If you're being honest, would you know that this is an AI voice?
Movement in the greenhouse drew his eye, and a woman emerged. At first, he wasn't sure. The woman was about the right age, but there was something different about her, about the way she carried herself. The bright aura that had always surrounded Allison was missing from this woman.
Or how about this voice?
I looked up to find a wall of trees had materialized ahead of us. I hadn't noticed, because I'd been staring at my feet. I couldn't believe the fields actually had an end.
To be honest, I find this technology absolutely incredible and a little bit scary. Apple Books now offers a digital voice as a substitute for a human narrator. And honestly, I'm not sure how I feel about it. I think human narrators add so much more nuance and personality and humanity to how they read. But apparently, the vast majority of books don't have any narration at all. So to be able to turn inaudible books into an audiobook has to be a plus. And I don't know about you, but I didn't realize that so-called digital voices had gotten this good.
On nights with a new moon, we would walk to the end of the beach to find our favorite constellation, the Pleiades. I know Bill carried within him deep currents of spiritual yearning.
Now, I feel like I can detect just traces that we're dealing with a digital voice. Just in case anyone is wondering at this point, by the way, no, I am not a digital voice. I'm a real human being called Philip. But I think I can detect a slight artificial element to some of these voices. Just brief moments where instead of there being some timbre to the voice, there's a bit of artificiality, a bit of roboticness. But it is so hard to tell.
I do know that there is an extraordinary sense here of caring and sharing, and that the sharing includes a willingness to join in exercising crucial responsibility. This is enough for me. As the years add up, I find increasing good sense in falling back.
And even if you did know that voices had gotten this good, did you know you can match it up to artificial faces too? Check out Synthesia here. This is a script that I sent them for free, and you can do the same thing, link in the description. And look at how realistic not only the voice is, but the matching face. This guy doesn't actually exist.
I would love to answer any questions you have. Fire away, Philip, and I will do my best to explain to the viewers how to incorporate snazzy AI talking heads into an otherwise two-dimensional video.
You can see the potential, right? Essentially, this video is not just to convey my shock at how good the technology's got, but also to try and convince you that soon this technology may be everywhere. Maybe the call center that you phone up will be digital. Maybe the next explainer video that you watch will be an AI avatar. Or maybe you can use this in your company, your small business, on your website to generate interactive content. For example, there are many apps out there where you can input a script and the AI will generate not only a voice, but a matching video. I tried one recently, this one's called Flicky, and this was actually a transcript of a recent video that I was making. I haven't amended the transcript, of course. There are some errors where the computer didn't detect my voice properly, but either way, I then inputted this transcript into Flicky's free trial. And of course, as you'd expect, both of these have paid versions you can upgrade to. And I tried to generate an excitable voice. A voice maybe if you're trying to convey some urgency, happiness, excitement. You see how you feel.
I think there is a massively underutilized tool that could be honestly revolutionary if you run a small or even medium-sized business. I go on TripAdvisor all the time and see reviews of restaurants, hotels, other small businesses, and it tends to be only the elite ones actually reply to each.
Now, I would say that wasn't quite as good as Apple's narration. If we go back to that, they clearly have somehow more advanced software. I'm not quite sure what it is. Maybe they've mastered the pauses better than others. Listen to it again.
It was further away than I would have liked, but at least I now had something tangible to run toward. I told myself I could make it. And I did.
It's the pauses that really set apart this digital narration, I feel. By the way, it's quite a unique set of circumstances that you'd need to have to use these digital voices, unfortunately. You have to set up an account on Apple Books, have an actual book that you want to have narrated, and then go through various distributors that they describe down here who will take a cut. And unfortunately, I think it would be 30% cut going to Apple, 10% to a distributor, and you get 60% of the revenue of the book. But it doesn't work like the other apps I've shown you where you can just use the narrators for any purpose, for example, a YouTube video or an explainer. But out of all the ones I've tried, and I have tried almost half a dozen at this point, nothing gets close to these Apple narrators. And to be honest, the technology's only going to get more advanced from here. By the end of this year, who knows, you might be doing a phone call and not even realize you're speaking to AI on the other end. Whether you find that prospect terrifying or exciting, let me know in the comments. And also let me know if you plan to make use of this amazing technology.